everyone, hope you are doing well. My name is Elmira Shahasampur, your use of English teacher for TV shooting, Birmingham level. I hope you are doing well. Actually, we have changed something, and the regulations have changed for the curfews and so on, and I hope these days you are at least enjoying your time, you are going out with your friends and so on. Before starting my lesson, I want to say that yes, this is week 7 of semester 4. We are going to finish our semester next week, so we will be done with our TV shooting, and we hope that you have enjoyed all of the lessons and so on so far. Today's lesson is about future perfect simple. So before I start my lesson, think about it. How many tenses have we learned so far for future tense? Think about it. Can you remember anything before I start my lesson? I have a chart to show you that we have done something so far. I mean, we have learned some grammatical rules for future tense. And I will teach you another new tense, which is future perfect simple. Let's take a look at our PowerPoint. Future tense, as you know, has different tenses, has different types of ways that we use. We have worked on these two, and I will explain something more. We don't have this we don't have them in the chart, but we will I will discuss about it. We will talk about the perfect today, and perfect continuous is something extra that you can just investigate, and if you have any questions you can ask your teachers. About future tense, as you know, the most actually the most useful and the one that you have learned at first actually is will. But when we go through the tense, we see that we use it for specific things for future. As you see on the chart, actually in the table, we use it for predictions about future with verbs like think, believe, expect, and etc. Another usage of simple future is on-the-spot decision. For example, just now, I decided, okay, I'm bored. I want to do something after my TV shooting. I can just think of having coffee outside. So just now, I decided to have coffee in future after my TV shooting in a coffee shop. So what kind of future tense do I use for this one? Of course, I use simple one. So I will go to coffee shop after my TV shooting. Did I plan it before? No. I just planned for my future. So this is one way that we use will, which is the simple future. Another one is about promises, threats, warnings, requests, hopes, and offers. If you go through the words, the vocabulary, you see that. I promise I will finish my project. I promise I will kill you. Something like that. I hope I will join PhD program. Okay? So in these cases, promise, threat, warning, request, hope, and offer, we use will. And item D is the useful way of using will. which is actions and events, situations, which will definitely happen in the future. We are sure that it will happen in future. For example, I will do something tomorrow. I will do my homework soon. But you will do it. You will definitely do it in future. Another one, actually we don't have it on this table, is using to be going to. I don't have it on this table, but I'm going to talk about that. We have another thing that we decide on doing something from the past. For example, in summer, I want to go to Bursa. And this is something, an idea which is in my mind, but I'm sure this will happen. So what tense do I use instead of will? I use I am going to travel to Bursa. I am going to, which means that I have a decision and 100% it will happen in future, and I know about that and I have planned for that, but it is just in my mind. Okay, but 100% sure. What about another one which we are sure and we make plan from the past, plus we do a physical action for that. We do something for that before. For example, I want to go to Bursa this summer and I have bought my tickets. I have my tickets with me now, but it is about for future. What tense do we use for that? We use I am traveling to Bursa. It means that I have made my decision and plan and have done a physical activity for that, which is buying my tickets. Another tense is continuous. Continuous is an action which will be in progress at a stated time in the future. For example, now it is 2:30. It is approximately 2:30 now. But what about this time tomorrow? At this time tomorrow, I will be teaching. It means that I'm talking about something that will happen at the same time tomorrow, but it is continuous. Action which will definitely happen in the future as the result of a routine or an arrangement. For example, I will be having my classes. When we ask politely about someone's plans for the near future, what we want to know is if our wishes fit in their plans. Okay, as you see in the examples, I, you, we, they, he, she, it will be doing. I will be doing my homework at this time tomorrow. So the most important thing about future continuous is it's being ongoing action. Okay, and I don't want to explain anything about perfect and perfect continuous, and I will just talk about it in my slides. Let's go over the next slide about future perfect. Okay. When do we use future perfect simple? As you see, there are 4 items here. To express an action that will be completed or finished at a specific time in the future. By 5 o'clock, I will have finished my homework. So, as you know, in perfect tenses, present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect, we are talking about completed action. So the most important thing about perfect tenses is about completing that. The process is going to be finished for future perfect. And what verb do we use for that? We use verb 3 for that, for perfect tenses. But it depends. If it is for past perfect, it is had verb 3. If it is present perfect, have or has verb 3. But about future, I'm sure you know it. Will have verb 3. As you see in the first example, by 5 o'clock, I will have finished my homework. Will have verb 3. So it is talking about the action that will be completed or finished at a specific time in the future. By 5 o'clock, I will have finished my homework. What about another one, another hint that we use future perfect for? Another one is to express an action which will have finished or completed before another action. So, if we want to talk about a finished action before another action in future, we use future perfect. She will have cooked dinner by the time we arrived. So, which one of these actions happened sooner? Cooking or arriving? Of course, cooking. So, we use will have cooked, and the other one depends on our tense of the sentence. What else? Another way to use it, actually they are really close to each other, and you know that the essence of its being perfect makes it being used like this. To express an action which began before and will continue until another action in the future. By the next week, we will have been married for 20 years. So we know that this began in the past and continued up to now and will continue in future, and we are talking about the duration of that from past until future. And the last usage of that is as the final thing, I can say that we also use it to describe what we expect to happen before a specific time in the future. For example, I don't know exactly when somebody will buy a car. I hope I will have sold it by the end of the month. It means that it is a kind of expectation. Until the end of the month, I will have sold it. So, you can just go over it very fast. They are very close to each other. Let's move on. And this is the timeline. Most of the time, if you just follow the tenses with their timelines, you will understand that it is very easy for you to learn the tenses, especially about past, now and future. As you see, if we consider this as now, this is for future. Now, this tense is used to describe an event or an action that will be completed before another event or time in the future. How do we make it? Will have plus past participle, or as we call it, verb 3, V3. We will have finished the exam by the time the class ends tomorrow. Okay? So we use it to talk about a completed action before another event. So let's move on with the form. Actually, it is really easy. It is same as the other tenses. We have done it every time. We make it positive this way, negative this way, and interrogative this way. Within a few years, they will have found a solution for traffic. So, positive will have found. What about negative? will not have found. So, Herbert won't have finished building the roof until by the end of the week. It means that we are sure, this won't be finished. And how about the question? Of course, we change will with subject, and the rest of the sentence is the same. Will you have done all the exercises by the end of this lesson? No, we won't. Yes, we will. And this is the form, same as other tenses. And you can see another table for that. You can just take a look at that. As you see, I is the same as he or she or it because of will. It doesn't get any tenses actually. So, positive form, subject will have verb 3. Negative, the same thing, we have not after will. And also the question is like that. We just change the places of subject and will. You will have finished. Will you have finished? As I told you before, this is again the form because I just wanted you to see the different examples, especially most of you have problems with verb 3. You just need to memorize them. As you know, to be verb is was, were, and perfect form is been. I will have been there. For example, I will have had my lunch by 5 o'clock. I will have done my homework by 5 o'clock. So these are different types of examples. Actually, you will have the PowerPoint and you can go through them and look at them carefully. Let's move on. Okay, what distinguishes it from the other things? When you use these time expressions, it can be easier for you to do it in the tests. By this time, by 3 o'clock, by then, by August, in 4 months. In 4 months, it means it is in future. In the next 4 months, it means that. All these expressions mean at the end of a period of time. By 3 o'clock is the end of the period. By 3 o'clock today, we will have had 6 lessons. For example, by 3 o'clock today, I will have finished my presentation. The same example actually. So, let's go through some exercises. Okay. As you see in the picture, what are they doing? They are working on a project. Most of the time at workplaces, we have that time limit, due time, which is something that is, we need to finish the projects and so on. The most important thing for doing the project is the time limit. So, could you please complete this sentence? How can you distinguish it? By Friday. By Friday is our time expression. They will have completed the project by Friday. It means that until Friday they will finish it. Okay, another one. A happy boy eating something. And I love the food actually, it looks nice. Now, complete this sentence. Again, what you can understand from this sentence is by 10 o'clock is the most important thing about it. A Ethan, think about it, will have eaten. So Ethan will have eaten his breakfast by 10 o'clock. So, as I know, most of you have the problem with verb 3, which you need to memorize. For example, you can make lists of the vocabulary and you can just carry them with you everywhere you go. Or another way to learn them is you can make examples with the most important ones, especially about the regular one. Actually, I'm talking about the irregular ones. Okay, where is she? She's driving, right? And there is a kind of traffic. Okay, so in time for dinner, Tina won't have arrived home in time for dinner. And these are the links. So as you see, actually I can say that this is one of the easiest grammatical points for future. It is talking about the perfect format of that, which is verb 3, and you know that something will be completed before the time expected, or maybe completed on time, or maybe completed before another action. So you just need to pay attention to the time expression and the meaning of the sentence. As you see, I have some links here. Another important thing which I want to talk to you about is, as you know, this is our final day of TV shooting, and it is nearly the end of semester 4. So thank you for following us for this time. I mean, I think it is about 10-11 weeks that we have had TV shooting, and you have been staying at home and you were watching us and attending our classes in Zoom application, and following us on WhatsApp group, and also sticks and so on, doing your homework. Actually, it's very hard for us not to see you, and we hope you will get back to school soon and we will see each other. And I can just wish you luck in your proficiency exam, and please stay tuned to watch your other teachers who will teach you writing and reading. Thank you so much for watching me. Have a nice day. See you.